Good morning, everybody. We're back in the studio today, and I'm excited. I've got my good friend Mike Ponder in the studio today. Mike, I've known you. It's
Gosh, about
eight,
10, almost 10 years.
yeah. It's been a while. I first met you at Felver Design when you had the car come in, and we did some vinyl for that.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
then seeing you at all the events and the musician aspect. So we're here today to talk about the musicianship and your music and some exciting news that you've got to share with everybody. So let's start back. Military experience. You were in the military. You were Marine Corps. How long?
I was 4 years there and almost 16 years in the Navy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so-
right, the Navy. That's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
so
Okay,
I got 20 years
Yeah.
and quite the experience. Met a lot of good people, had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs.
Of course.
But it definitely formed my life and the way I changed my life
Yeah.
a lot with that. So
You wouldn't have it any other way,
there's a couple of things I'd probably do different.
as I think we all would.
You
in our
know,
life.
with that, but
Yeah.
it's it was from where I was going in life. Military really changed my life and gave me showed me how to have hope and that I could do more with my life
Right.
than just what I was doing at
Right.
that time.
I can hear that. What year did you, when you went in? What
Oh
year? How old were
gosh,
you?
that would have been 89, 90.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was
17, 18?
17, 18.
18. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears to the musicianship side of things. How long have you been playing guitar?
Well, I actually been playing since I was 3 years old. My mother and father was the backup singers for the Kendalls in the 70s.
Okay.
And I grew up on a little tour bus.
Yeah.
On the road. Met a lot of famous country stars back then. Got to hang out with people that I thought was just regular everyday people, but
Right.
it was Kitty Wells, Little Jimmy Dickens, the Kendalls.
Yeah.
Just, you didn't think back then, because to me it was just regular people.
Of course, right, because that's all you knew.
Because that's all I knew.
Exactly.
And nowadays you look back and you go, oh, wow,
Yeah.
But to me it was just like me and you sitting here having a
Yeah,
conversation.
right, exactly.
So
So it started at 3.
started at 3. I done my first recording in a little place called Rumfeldt's Recording Studio
Okay.
in Marion, North Carolina at the age of 3. I was actually on the 8-track.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm telling my age now.
Yeah, no.
But so we traveled and played and done that most of my life. I started playing drums.
Okay.
Played drums up until I went into the military. We was on the road. I played almost every weekend on the road, and it's just I grew up on stage. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
Growing up, playing basketball and playing music on the weekends.
Right.
So that was me.
You prefer the guitar versus the drums?
I do. I got kind of bored with the drums at
Yeah.
the time, and I went to bass guitar. Stayed on bass for many years. Even in the military, I'd get up a band and I'd play. So I'd kind of play whatever instrument that I couldn't find for a musician at the time.
Okay.
So, but once I switched to guitar, in about 92,
Okay.
93. And it just kind of progressed, and I found that it was more challenging.
Yeah.
And I could learn more, and I could do more with my creativity, because I like to
You can.
Improv
But there's
and-
so many more sounds that you can create with a guitar.
so many more sounds you can
drums.
create.
Granted, drums are important because you're keeping the beat and all that other stuff. But so, what about singing? When did you realize that you could sing?
Well, singing I actually started young.
Okay.
That was when I started at 3 and 4.
Okay.
So my first thing doing that was actually playing drums and
And singing.
singing.
Yeah.
Which I grew up in a bluegrass gospel
Okay.
home setting. So I learned bluegrass and was singing bluegrass. And being that age, I had a very high voice. So they really enjoyed me because I could hit those high notes with no issue and
Right.
stuff. So they utilized me for a lot of that and learned harmonies. And I was very fortunate to have very good parents that supported and would teach.
Right.
And that was kind of my go-to there. So.
That's exciting. And you do a lot of shows locally, but you just got signed.
I did. I became a Operation Encore artist, which you can find that at operationencore.org.
Okay.
It is a veterans music project out of California.
Oh, nice.
They're all retired veterans that runs this.
Okay.
We have they have about 20 artists that is signed under them right now.
Wow.
Scotty Hastings. They work with Black River Entertainment out of Nashville.
Okay.
Doug Johnson.
Okay.
and my producers are Kent Wells and David Fowler. Kent is Dolly Parton's producer.
Oh, nice.
So I've got to meet a lot of fun
Yeah.
people. But Operation Encore has been very, they're very veteran. What's the word? They're very. They're all about the veterans and making sure that veterans get a chance to get their music out there. So they work with a lot of different people around the country.
That's fantastic.
And they've been absolutely wonderful to me. I can't complain. They've been like a godsend.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to have them in my corner.
Does that take you away? Because obviously your home base is kind of here in Beaufort, and when we just had a quick conversation, you had said you've been on the road quite a bit.
I've been on the road quite a bit. I work with of course, with the Operation Encore, but I also work with Wish for Our Heroes Foundation.
Okay.
Which is they grant wishes to veterans families, veterans that are in need.
Yeah.
So we actually just finished doing a big concert in Milwaukee.
Okay.
To where we worked with the Milwaukee Bucks with George Hill and Giannis and
Nice.
Holiday and all those guys, and actually wound up raising a little over $290,000.
Wow. That's impressive.
For Wish for Our Heroes. We
Yeah.
gave away they gave away a car to a veteran in need. We've actually helped with that. We've helped 2 families here in Beaufort that are attached to the bases here
Really?
that are active duty.
Wow.
So that's been we do Milwaukee, San Antonio, Texas, Jacksonville, Florida,
Okay.
and also another place out in California.
Wow.
So that's a 4 time a year kind of deal. So it's a lot of travel, and you get to meet a lot of people, but you get to help a lot of veterans. And in the last couple of years, I think they've been open 13 years, which I've been a part of them for the last couple of years. They've made over 41,000 wishes granted.
That's huge.
So it's a big thing. It's nationwide.
Does that help offset the stress of leaving or being gone out of town to know that what you're doing is helping other people?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It gives you a very good sense of accomplishment.
Right.
And to know that you can help your local people and also help people around the world
Right.
is just huge.
Yeah.
You go to bed smiling, you get up smiling, even though it's a hard day, and you may have been spent a day and a half in a van driving,
Right.
Or you're on a plane constantly. It gives you that sense of accomplishment that you're getting to help people.
That's got to be a good feeling.
It is. It's great. It's really good.
What shows do you have coming up within the next couple months?
I've got a couple of big shows coming up. We've got shows in North Carolina. We are playing a lot Myrtle Beach area.
Okay.
North Carolina, we got Murphy's on the beach. We got the Doghouse in Aden, North Carolina.
Okay.
We've got, I know I'm back down at Camp Southern Ground here pretty soon with Zach Brown for the Warrior Foundation songwriting stuff with the vets down there. We're also getting ready to, we got San Antonio coming up here real soon. And Indianapolis 500 is coming up here real soon. Wish for Our Heroes Foundation has a car that runs in there, and everything that goes there goes to donation for wishforourheroes.org.
Yeah.
So a lot of big things happening. Just released a new music video, which just went live 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's called When the Stars Align.
I think Tony and I, we watched it. That's on, so they can find that on YouTube?
They can find it on YouTube, Vivo. They can go to the website, which is MikePondermusic.com.
Yeah, MikePondermusic.com.
So it's written by myself and another veteran from Camp Southern Ground, Barbara Sims, which was just on CMT with Lainey Wilson.
Oh, wow.
She does a lot of writing for that area. She's also an Operation Encore artist.
Okay.
So we do a lot of collaboration and writing together with that.
That's
and one of the other songs on there was written by myself and a gentleman named Jake Dukes.
Okay.
He is over the Camp Southern Ground for Zach Brown down there, which is Better Day.
Got it.
Which is all veteran-based, veteran emotions, and it allows us to get the veterans' feelings out there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we write these songs.
Got it. I can see that.
And that helps with PTSD, traumatic brain injury stuff.
Yeah.
So we're trying to push for good things. And believe it or not, a percentage of anything that I make off of YouTube for the videos and
Yeah.
everything, a percentage of that actually goes to Camp Southern Ground and to Wish for Our Heroes
Oh, wow, that's
Foundation.
fantastic.
So if you guys can go on there and watch it,
Yeah.
please do, because the percentage does go to help our veterans and help with all of that.
That's excellent.
So
So your style of music that you play is kind of how would you label it?
it's kind of like country Southern rockish,
Yeah.
kind of that Jason Aldean, Eric Church
Yeah.
kind of feel, and then a couple of songs is more the targets the beach and shag, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because me being a Carolina boy, what's our state dance? It's shag,
Shag,
right?
yeah.
So we try to hit a little bit of both of that. Nothing too hard.
Okay.
Just fun, good dance.
Yeah, upbeat.
Keep the crowd going.
What are you listening to now? So if we were to be a fly in your car, what's on your radio?
On my radio, ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I'm a big ZZ Top fan. I always have been since I was little.
Okay.
Kind of grew up with the ZZ Top, the 38 special.
Yep.
So usually 104.9
Okay.
or I'm MP3ing.
Okay.
A lot of the older, the Black Crows,
Okay.
the 38 special,
Yep.
like that kind of stuff.
I can see that. Favorite ZZ Top album?
LaGrange.
Okay.
Love LaGrange.
Favorite song? Not so much in that, just in their whole catalog. Not so much on that album.
Legs.
Legs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was just because I'm a very, as you know, I restore classic vehicles.
Yeah.
So the hot rod that
Yeah.
they have in the
Yeah.
video was like, that was the first thing I got to get one of
Oh,
those.
it was gorgeous. Yeah, when that thing came
It
out,
was
that video, it
beautiful
was
car.
insane.
And, it was about the girls too at that
Of
time.
course.
I was a
'cause
teenager.
we were teenagers, yeah.
So it was about the girls. But
Yeah.
I love the cars.
Yeah.
I used to have cars all over my bedroom.
Yeah.
So old classic cars, Buicks and stuff. So, as you know, me and my son just restored a '78 Ford F-150 and hot rodded it and lifted it and stuff. And it's something about classic cars and guitars.
They kind of go
run
hand in hand.
hand.
They do. I would agree with that. Mike, I appreciate it. So everybody can go to MikePonderMusic.com to find out where Mike's
Absolutely.
going to be at. Any local shows coming up here in Beaufort?
We are actually still at, and believe it or not, we do. Just a quick thing. I run a program on Paris Island on Tuesdays, and what we do is we teach music to the Marines.
Oh, nice.
We work with the drill instructors. We
Okay.
work with, so that gives them a kind of a mental health
Yeah.
break.
Yeah, so they're not.
And
focused
then
on-
what I've been doing is I actually, if they don't have an instrument, I donate them an instrument. And if they do 12 lessons in 6 months, they get to keep the instruments.
Oh, wow.
So
That's fantastic.
this past year, 2022, donated over $18,000 worth of guitars
Wow.
and instruments to the Marines
Dude, that's fantastic.
over there.
Yeah.
So we do that on Tuesdays at Paris
Okay.
Island. It's an hour lessons and 2 hours of open jam to where they get to play with the band.
Right.
And then on Wednesdays, of course, we're at Luther's, and we have Scotty from Irritating Julie.
Okay.
So we have several of the other band members. We
Yeah.
just all get together at Luther's,
Yeah.
and we play a show
Little jam
every
session,
Wednesday.
yeah.
So if you want to see
Okay.
some of the Marine Corps rock band plays with us,
Yeah.
Scotty from Irritating Julie plays with us. So we just have a great time on Wednesdays down at
Okay.
Luther's.
That's down at
So
Luther's.
The rest of the time, though, unfortunately, I'm pretty much out of state.
Okay. What
So,
about any big festivals coming up? Have you been booked for anything that's happening coming this year?
As of right now, we're still waiting on with the label and everything. It's called a Fairs and Festival Tour.
Okay.
Still waiting on that to come out. That usually comes out in February.
Okay.
So we have about 215 shows booked for this year already. So it's going to be on the road and travel quite a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll know more about the local festivals.
Once that's out. And
once that's out and everything's out.
Yeah, makes sense.
We're happy to come back and maybe do an update on that or
Yeah,
whatever. We
yeah,
can do
we
that.
can do that.
Be
Okay,
glad.
perfect.
And I'll keep that on the website also.
Okay,
Keep it
excellent.
up.
Again, MikePonderMusic.com.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody out there.
Thanks, everybody.